Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. I have about 10 guys that are left on Notre Dame's 2022 big board. This list will change. Some guys will go elsewhere. Notre Dame will get some guys down on here. But for the time being, these are 10 guys to know. All these names are probably familiar. Starting off, Cyrus Moss, defensive end from Bishop Gorman, Nevada, Oregon, Florida, Clemson, Arizona State. Right now, I think Oregon is in the lead. Notre Dame's involved, but it's not looking like he's going to get back out to South Bend. That's what Notre Dame needs at this point. I think he heads to Eugene, Oregon. I'll go to another defensive lineman, Hero Canoe, from St. Margarita, California, originally from the country of Germany over in Europe. So distance, whatever, isn't really a huge deal. I think Ohio State leads here. They have more targets on the board, though, so if they fill up, I could see that one not working out. But we'll also take official visits to Georgia, Ohio State, of course. I think Bama might be in line for one, USC, and then Notre Dame. So Notre Dame's, if I had to guess right now, probably running in the 3 to 5 range. I think USC and Ohio State are the top two. But Notre Dame with a strong official visit can capitalize. He unofficially visited Notre Dame in late July. He wanted to see if it was worthy of an official visit, and he thought it was. So that was a positive. He likes Mike Elston, of course. So those are the two main guys. There's also Anthony Lucas. I think Anthony Lucas is, I don't want to say trending away, but I just think he's going to end up elsewhere, probably Texas A&M or Alabama. But I do want to say this. He's trying to come to campus for the USC game on October 23rd. If he finalizes that and sets that up, I think Notre Dame is right in this. Texas A&M is going to fill up here quickly at defensive lineman, defensive tackle in specific, and defensive end. Lucas can play both. I just think they're going to fill up. They're really high on Gabriel Brown Dindy's board, a kid from Florida. Walter Nolan, a kid from Tennessee. A few other guys, but they are just cruising on the defensive line right now, and I don't know if they're going to have space for Anthony Lucas. So we'll see. But right now, I don't think Notre Dame's in his top 3 or 4. That could change, though. I'll go to the wide receivers. They have 3 committed. Morion Walker is one of them alongside C.J. Williams and Tobias Merriweather. He's joined with Xavier Bradshaw and Major Everhart as 2 more guys that could end up in this class. They're not going to take 5, but I think 3 or 4 is the most likely number. Would probably Everhart be the most likely, the more newly offered or more recently offered. He's from Texas, just has an elite burst, elite speed. Is a track guy. TCU, Baylor, Texas Tech are the few other schools to know. Also visited Texas over the summer. But I think it's down to Baylor, TCU, and Texas Tech and Notre Dame. But with the Big 12 going on, these kids want to play at big-time schools. They're not playing Oklahoma and Texas come a few years. Those schools will be off to the SEC. So that's something to look at. These kids want to play good competition, and Notre Dame will play better competition than they would, because Texas and Oklahoma, sure, we can hate on them. They're still very solid teams, pull in big numbers, whatnot. But the Big 12 without those teams is really, really like an American conference or Conference USA, one of those smaller conferences. So that's definitely major Everhart's recruitment. Xavier Bradshaw's next. He's from Virginia. We'll take an official visit to Virginia in the upcoming weeks. Notre Dame is going to be on his short list as well. They're probably number 1 or 2. If Notre Dame pushes, I think they're going to land him. But honestly, I don't think Notre Dame will push. I think they like Major Everhart more. But that's just me. We'll move to the offensive line. Notre Dame is pretty much done at quarterback, tight end. Wide receiver is just probably one more guy. Major Everhart is the main guy to know. But at offensive line, they have 2. Billy Scroth and Emil Wagner. Both of these guys, I think, end up elsewhere. Emil Wagner, probably Ohio State, Kentucky. Notre Dame's probably running 3rd there. And then you head to Billy Scroth. I think he ends up at Wisconsin. Just visited over the weekend. But I did see somewhere that he's trying to get back up to South Bend. So if he can get to South Bend, that will change some things. But Right now, I like Wisconsin for Strauss. I am absolutely shocked. It's September, and he's still uncommitted. That's just crazy to me. But whatever. Emil Wagner, think he ends up elsewhere. We'll see. Just visited Kentucky. Loved that. Older brother played there and loved his time there. But we'll see. Notre Dame really needs to get him back up for the USC game. He said he might be trying to get to that. If he does get to that, that would be game changing. At running back, Keyshawn Judkins is the last name to know, but Jadarian Price is flat out balling right now. He's probably the best committed Notre Dame player. He's having the best season out of any Notre Dame committed player, other than maybe Nolan Ziegler. Wow, Keyshawn Judkins is having himself a year. Jadarian Price is having himself a year. Judkins, haven't watched any tape. If they really, really like him, then I guess they'll take him. But honestly, I think at this point it'll just be Jadarian Price as a lone running back signee in this class. Finally, last guy to know, the highlights that are on screen right now. Xavier Nwankpa, 5-star safety from Altoona, Iowa. Notre Dame was just at his game this past Friday. He played Des Moines Valley. Not Des Moines Valley. Something Valley, wherever Eli Reardon goes to school. I'm just completely butchering it right now. But Eli Reardon played Xavier Nwankpa's team. They lost pretty bad. Nwankpa's team finished second in state last year and is a powerhouse in Iowa. Have Caden Proctor, 5-star offensive tackle, and him on defense. Not too many high schools in Iowa have a 5-star on offense and defense. But wow, Nwankpa was good. I saw a huge touchdown from him, about a 30 or 40 yard. It was a screen pass, got by a few defenders, pranced into the end zone. He did get hurt, I believe, in the second quarter of the game, so Notre Dame didn't get to see much. They sent out Marcus Freeman and Brian Kelly to Nwankpa's game. But yeah, only good things to say about it. Nwankpa is just a flat-out stud. And Marcus Freeman, I didn't see any pictures or anything. I hope he was repping that X-Men shirt. And yeah, quickly about the Florida State game. I'm one of the biggest Marcus Freeman fans here on Notre Dame YouTube. It was not pretty, but I want to say this. Marcus Freeman is going to rebound. He is going to come back stronger than ever. One game is not the whole season. They escaped with a win. But Marcus Freeman, I promise you, will come back better than ever. And he's going to come up clutch these next few weeks and next few months until the season's end. Notre Dame was giving it, all the fans were giving him so much crap about what happened last night. I don't trust in Marcus Freeman. He knows what he's doing. And that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment if